Hey fam, what's going on? What's going on? Man. It ain't a laughing matter, man. Don't get me wrong. I know sometimes you guys see me, I laugh at a lot of things, man, but I'm just laughing, man, so I don't have to cry, to be honest with you. Man. I mean, lately, the church. Let's talk about the church. I mean, I can tell you a lot of story about the church, but man, because I used to go to church, man. I ended up in the Seventh-day Adventist church. Hey, it was good, They did a lot of stuff from the Bible, straight up from the Bible, But after being there for, I think we were there for maybe 14 years, maybe. And it seems like there was no growth. You know what I'm saying? You got to a certain point where you just wasn't growing no more. I mean, it was almost like you were at a standstill in the church, and if you try to tell them anything, you find something out in the Bible, you try to tell them or explain it to them. Oh, God, man, who told you to do that? They basically call you the devil. You try to bring them some new stuff because all they did was, they just recycle the same thing over and over and over and over and over. After a while, you're like, man, don't y'all want to read some new stuff? Don't you want to go into Deuteronomy? Don't you want to go into Samuel? Don't you want to, go into, creation? Don't y'all want to go into different things? I mean, the Bible there's a lot of things in there, I mean, a lot of good, bad, ugly, it's in there. It's a fact. It's in there. Don't y'all want to go into some of that stuff? No, they didn't. They didn't. And what really got me with the church is, I don't want to make this video too long, but one day I'll probably have to explain it. One of the pastors we had, his wife was telling her husband I was making passes at her. I was making passes at her, which was not true. Which was not true. I didn't get into this thing, because somebody brought me in the church. I didn't get in the church because somebody brought me in. I got in the church because the Most High found me at my lowest, man. And you know what I'm saying? Found me at my lowest and, and brought me in, and brought me in. Because if he did, man, I'm probably won't go survive. You know what I'm saying? So when he brought me in and gave me that peace, man, and I looked at him like, man, I got peace, something I never had before in my entire life, where my mind can just be at peace. You know what I'm saying? I can just stop talking and then it was just quiet, that's what got me. It wasn't nobody had to tell me nothing, ain't nobody preached to me or anything like that, So when I got to that point, I'm like, wow, this is what it's like to be walking with the Most High. Yeah? Is this what it's like? Oh, I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this. And I'm going to do it the right way. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I did. And this is how the Most High helped me. So I wasn't in the church looking for no side chick and all that. I been there and done that. You know what I'm saying? That's not what I was looking for. So that was the furthest thing from my mind. It's to mess with this man's wife, and I guess, how, tell you a little bit of, I guess, how it happened, like sometime in the church, they'll say, everybody greet each other and blah, blah, and I guess instead of maybe shaking her hand, I guess I hugged her, cause sometimes, we hug a lot of people in the church and I guess she didn't want to be hugged by me. I don't know. Maybe she didn't want to be hugged by me. And she assumed that's what it was. But I didn't know. God is my witness. I didn't know. Until one day this man gave me this look. I hugged her, and he gave me this look. And, right there. And I'm like, in my mind, I'm like, huh? And right there, something told me, this nigga thinking you trying to get with his wife. His wife told him you trying to get with her. And I'm like, huh? Okay. That's one incident. Another incident with this sister church we had. You know, like I said, I don't want to make the video long, but the sister church we had, you know, they were having a fundraiser, and she gave my wife this card, you know, to, I think they were building something. They were building a church or something, you know, to collect money or whatnot, you know. But I don't know, my wife must have misplaced a card or something. We had a lot of family issues going on, you know. I don't want to get into it, but we had, you know, family thing going on. We're helping family, and my wife was getting her doctorate at the time. And I mean, you know, we had a lot of stuff. And then my grandsons came to live with us too. My grandsons, oldest grandson, come to live with us during that time. So we had a handful, and we were trying to find somewhere to, you know, for Sabbath school for them. And none of the churches, that church, you know, that the sister church didn't have a Sabbath school program for the boys. And then our church didn't have a good program for the boys. Then we went to this other church. I don't know how we happened to find this other church. This white church we went to, they had a great program, you know, Sabbath school program for the little ones, and they love it. So we just stopped going to both of them. You know, we stopped going to both of them and started going to this other church that had this program for the kids. And I guess, you know, they ain't seen us. They got in their mind, oh, these niggas collect some money and took the money, which they don't realize. You know, these are the same people, they used to ask for money because they had college students going to this church, you know, the sister church. You know, they used to ask us for, you know, donations stuff, and we used to write them a check for $150, $200, $250. And when my wife got the card, and I think that's when my wife got the card, you know, it was like, yeah, we just write them a check, you know, maybe for $250, $300, whatever, you know, just give them a check, you know, because, you know, it was just my wife and I, you know, and our grandson at the time, you know, we were making money. So money wasn't no big deal anyway, you know. Money ain't a big deal. I mean, you need it, but you need it to buy, you know, to get by in life. But it ain't that big of a deal, you know. It's money. It don't bring no happiness, okay? It don't bring, you know, if you're miserable and you end up with $1 million or $2 million, you're just gonna be a miserable millionaire. That's all. You know, you still gonna be unhappy. It might end up being worse off. But anyway. So we didn't go there, and I guess they figure, oh, they collect money and they stop coming. That's why they stopped coming. Oh, man, you know, but anyway, and they start telling people, oh, you know, they took money, and the pastor got together with him because he was pastoring both churches, and they start swapping gossip, and it's like, you know, and you know, I knew what they were saying about us, you know, and it's like, okay, man, but we ain't never answered them, we ain't never said nothing, we just ain't never said nothing, man, but the church, man, the church is a joke. The church is a joke. These people don't truly believe, man. They don't believe in the Most High. They don't believe in God. These people are just doing stuff now. They don't really believe in God. Because if they did, man, if they really truly believe in the Most High, their behavior will be different, man. You see the stuff that's going on these days in the church? Pastors in heels. Women in skin-tight dress and preaching in a skin-tight dress. You can see the print of her, you know, come on. Any kind of way, doing all kind of stuff. And they think they worshiping God. Which God is that you worshiping? What God is that? The God you worshiping? I don't know that God. I really don't. I don't know that God, man. I don't know that God. And that's why a lot of young people ain't going to church. Because they see what's going on in the church. They see the same people in the church preaching and doing things. And at home, they live in a totally different life. Okay? A lot of pastors' kids, that's why they turn out the way they are, you know, because they see their parents, you know, maybe their father preaching, and then, you know, he doing something totally different, and they're like, huh? And that's why these kids turn out to be the way they are. And that's a fact. You know what I'm saying? I know a couple of them, and, you know, it's a joke. It's a joke. And that's why the Bible tell you a lot. When that day come, the Lord gonna say, you work of iniquity, get away from me. I never knew you. You know what I'm saying? And that's gonna be the saddest part, man. The saddest part. Man, the church is a joke. But the church is going to be torn down, okay? The church is going to be torn down and rebuilt. And that's coming, okay? That's coming, because that have to happen, man. Because what we have today, it ain't a church no more. I don't know what it is. It's worship of Satan. You know, it's devil worshiping. They ain't worshiping the Most High God. They worshiping evil, man. It's a trip, man. If you gonna serve God, serve Him. If you ain't gonna serve Him, hey, don't. You know, I know ain't none of us perfect. You know, people love to say, "Oh, well, you ain't nobody perfect." Yeah, ain't nobody said anything but being perfect, man. But if you ain't gonna do it, don't do it. If you're gonna do it, do it. But other than that, man, it's a joke, man. The church is a joke, and the church, like I say, need to be destroyed, and it will be destroyed, torn down, and rebuilt the way the church's supposed to be. Yeah, like I was saying, man. Yeah, that's the church, though, man. It has to be destroyed to be rebuilt, you know. And you know, the fact of the matter is, you know, with my personal experience with the church, you know, with that incident. First of all, you ain't seen us in weeks, right? What the church was supposed to pick up the phone, call Brother Nelson, check on Brother Nelson and see how Brother Nelson doing. And if they had done that, you know, I probably would have remembered, you know, I would remember and say, oh, damn, so-and-so. I would have let them know right there, so-and-so, oh, you know what, blah, 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 I'll bring you a check or whatnot for we didn't do anything, but, you know, I'll bring you a check. You know what I'm saying? So sometimes, you know, I don't fault them all the way for that. You know, I take some responsibility too. I say, well, maybe you know, when I realized it after all this incident, when I finally realized it, I shouldn't have been, you know, prideful. You know, I should have just said, you know what, just call them and say, hey, you know what, I didn't get anything, but here's $250, here's $300. You know, I should have done that, but I was like pissed off. I'm like, oh, y'all want to think that? Okay, screw y'all, you know. Stuff like that, you know. I looked at the situation. I could have worked it out better. I could have, like Michelle Obama says, when they go low, you go high. You know, I should have went high, but you know, it's like, you know, I didn't. I could have handled it better. But situation like that with the church, man, you know, the church is like the world now, man. You know, there's more gossiping going on in the church than the world. You know, they gossip, and a lot of time is the people that you think that shouldn't be gossiping, man. There's pastors and pastors' wives, deacons and deaconess and people like them, you know, which is crazy, you know, and you can't talk to them, man. They don't get it. They don't get it, man. They don't get it. That's why for me, you know, if anybody come to me with any type of doctrine or anything, I'm going to listen, man. I'm going to listen. And I'm going to go check it out. I ain't going to just throw it out and say, oh, no, this, you know, oh, no. Just reject it outright without even listening or trying to, you know, go do some research on it and find out, you know. That's the Christian church, man. They won't do no research. They don't even read their Bibles no more. I mean, now, you know, the last time I checked, the statistic was like, what, 20% Christians read their Bible on a daily basis? Now it's probably 5%. You know, I don't even think it's that high. I think it's only like 5% of the so-called Christian probably read their Bible, you know, on a regular basis. They don't know the Bible. Majority of Christians don't know the Bible and don't know God. You know what I'm saying? Because if they did, oh, man, this world would be totally different, because this is supposed to be a Christian nation, you know? But anyway, man, that's just my 2 cents, man. Yeah, the church, seriously, man, the church is a joke, man, really. It's a joke. you know, and the Most High is going to take care of the church, you know, just destroy it and, you know, start over again. All right, fam. Peace.